Hey there, how there, ho there. It's Jeff Cutter. Welcome me to another time travel tennis tournament. We're in third. It's a Thursday, so yeah, alliteration counts in a sense. It's Thursday. We're live from the Omaha Classic. Yeah, I misspelled Omaha. So Zumi. Anyway, the ladies tour moves on. Yesterday we had three seeds fall flat. We still have the 1, 2, 4, 7, and 8 left. So there are three unseeded matchups. So we of course do the unseeded matchups first. Well, we simulate them. And Billie Jean beats Osaka San. Look young. 6-4, 6-4. So Billie Jean, who's won a few tournaments, is going to move on to the quarterfinals. She might have to face Martina. Well, she'll face a Martina because it's either Martina Navratilova or Martina Hingis. Steffi, second one. Steffi Graf crushes Dorothea Chambers, the Wimbledon finalist, 6-4, 6-4. Steffi with a pair of titles under her name. She didn't get seeded, mostly because of the Americanization. And finally, we have Kenin shocking Maria Bueno 7-6 in the third set. So it's Graf and Kenin in the quarterfinals. Meanwhile, we are headed to our first seeded matchup. Monica Seles, the seventh seed, against Sloane Stevens. And Seles has beaten Stevens once. Stevens is 9-15. She actually went well in Palm Beach out of 64 people. Beat Sanchez Vicario, Smith Court, and Venus to move on, but lost to Helen Wills Moon in the quarterfinals. She did win at the French Open over Kathy Jordan. Well, that was an easy one, and lost to Bueno 10-8 in the third set. Wimbledon, she lost to Conchita Martinez in three sets, losing 8-6 in the third. She did have a long run in Los Angeles at Manhattan Beach, being Mo Connolly, Halep, and Turner Browery, number 62, but lost to Margaret Smith Court in the semifinals. After that, she lost to Smith Court, and Seles Henin Smith Court, Maliba at the U.S. Open, Marble, Osborne DuPont, and Marble again, but beat Osborne DuPont to move on. Monica Seles, 27-23. She got to the semis in Orlando, losing to Henin. Got to the semis in Berlin, lost to Chris Evert. And semis in Long Island, losing to Steffi Graf. So three semis, but nothing. Hasn't made the final. Should be Henin in the first round this time.
Quiet, please. Seles to serve.
Seles should
First
be able to beat
game.
Sloane Stevens.
Play. Out.
We'll see. Nice.
Game and first set. Seles 6 games to 2.
And the finger snap.
Out. Out.
Nope.
30-40.
Seles still has match point on chance. Ooh.
Deuce.
Sloane stops her from match point.
Advantage. Seles.
Seles from another match point. Nope.
Deuce. Out. Advantage. Seles. Out. Out. Game, set, and match. Seles. 2 sets to love. 6-2. 6-4.
So Monica moves on. She will wait for her opponent a little bit later. Next, we have the 8 seed Venus Williams taking on Afina Gibson, two legendary African American ladies facing each other off. Venus has a title, whereas Afina does not. Venus has dealt with Gibson. First week, she beat Gibson in Palm Beach. Their loss to Gibson was in Toronto, T-Dot. Venus had been to some quarterfinals, but not a semifinal until Salt Lake City when she won the tournament. It should be Henin, Graf, Keys, Hingis, and Sina Garrison to move on to get the week off. And then Fort Lauderdale, her last week, she got to the semis. Well, she beat Chris Evert, which was huge, and Steffi Graf, but lost to Billie Jean. Mary Jo Fernandez was her opponent. Gibson, 1-1, 12-20 overall. That's so sweet. She won a couple times in New Orleans, beating Maddie Keys and Mo Connolly, but lost to Brown in the quarters. That's her only tournament she's won multiple times. She beat Serena to move on. We almost saw Venus versus Serena.
Quiet, please. Williams to serve. First game.
I'm gonna
Play.
take matters in my own hands. This is for my
15
sister.
love.
I gotta grab.
Game and first set. Williams. 6 games to 4.
So, first set to Venus. Is that all? Yes. And
30-40.
not over yet. Actually hot. And she's losing. Well, she's not hot anymore.
Game and second set. Gibson.
Third
6
set.
games to 3.
Remember, it's
One
best
set
of 3
all.
for the men and women in the preliminaries. The finals are best of 5 for the boys, and still 3 best of 3 for the women.
Out!
Gotta get it in. Nice ace.
Deuce.
But Venus still kind of has a bit of an advantage.
Advantage. Gibson. Game. Gibson.
Well,
Williams. Leads 5 games to 4. Final
a lot
set.
of people might poo-poo Althea Gibson being a trailblazer, but dude, she won 2 Wimbledons in the 1950s. She won Wimbledons before Arthur Ashe did on center court. So that tells you how
Out.
awesome
15
she was.
love.
Don't touch that, Jeff. Don't touch the new stuff. When I float the mouse.
30 love.
Yeah, when I do that. Spectate. I know. I want to do the dice rolls myself.
30-15.
Not spectate.
All. Out. 30-40. Out. Game. Gibson. 5 games all. Final set.
Wow. 5-5.
Game, set, and match. Williams. 2 sets to 1. 6-4. 3-6. 7-6.
So Venus, big win over Serena Athena. Now we'll see the 4th seed Helen Wills Moody against Tracy Austin. They both have a title under their belts. Wills Moody waited a long time to win hers, and that was New Orleans a couple weeks ago, being Serena Kleister's Mallory Tracy. That was their head-to-head, and Bra. She, of course, missed the last week because of the rule, and then she beat Eleanor Goss. So she's won 7 of her last 8, losing to Mallory. Tracy Austin. She won in Amelia Island, being Sharapova, Mallory, Langlong, Graf, and Everett. When you beat Chris Everett, you hit it big, kiddo. She got to the semis in Indy, losing la. 2 weeks ago in New Orleans, she did lose to Helen Wills Moody. She lost to Smith Court in the first round in Fort Lauderdale, and then beat Pauline Betts.
Quiet, please. Wills Moody to
Wills
serve.
Moody says,
First game.
she
Play.
lost a step.
15 love.
She missed last week because of the rule. But she says she's happy.
Game and first set. Austin.
Tracy wins.
7 games to 5.
Tracy wins. No.
Out.
Usually it's
15
9
love.
means you're fucked.
15-40.
Those Moody would like to tie it up and force a third set.
$30-40. Game and second set. Wills Moody. 6 games to 2. 1 set all. Game, set, and match. Austin. 2
Austin
sets to 1.
316 says I just
7-5.
beat your butt.
2-6.
So Wills Moody loses in her first tournament back from her 1-week sojourn. And Tracy Austin, Kachi! So Tracy will face Celis. That should be interesting. Of course, as the seed falls, we will simulate the next match. And Smith Court beats Manaki 7-6 in the third set to face Venus Williams. Now we have the Battle of the Martinez, Navratilova and Hingis. This is the first time they've met each other. Martinez won 5 titles. Hingis has only won 1. Martinez was one of the dominant ones. Sure, week 1 she lost to Muguruza in the quarters and Schivoni in the round of 16, but she was still a Cub Scout, if you will. She beat Pliskova, Betts, Dorfea, Everton, Graf, and Hilton. Week off, San Diego beat Davenport, Wills Moody, Mallory, and Connolly. 2 weeks off, Berlin. She lost the quarters to Celis. And then she won Edgbaston, beating Tracy, Billie Jean, Moreno, Conchito, and Betts. And then at Wimbledon, she beat Molesworth, Osborne, DuPont, Billie Jean, Smith Court, Davenport, and Chambers. Only once did she get taken to the third set, and that was against Chambers in the finals. And then, of course, she had to start a few weeks off with her tour thing. Then in Manhattan Beach, Los Angeles, she beat Davenport, Gibson, Mary Jo, Mallory, and Smith Court to move on. She went to the U.S. Open, lost the course to Osaka-san. New Orleans, she lost to Louise Brown, but she got injured. Unfortunately, that meant the mandatory injury rule, she had to miss the last week. She beat Lindsay Davenport to move on, and now Hingis, the cautious lady, she won over Sanchez, Vicario, Arani, Everett, Davenport, and Langlois in Barcelona. Such a lovely place, Barcelona. Yeah, so Barcelona. After that, Hingis has had 1 quarterfinal. Indy, Langlois, Radishes, not so sweet. Semifinals in Salt Lake City, losing to Venus, and she beat Tina Garrison.
Quiet, please. Hingis to serve. First game. Play.
High to the body. Some say, well, Hingis should be able to get it. She got it.
Oops. 15 love.
Yep. Damn it. Martina. Yay. 6-4.
Game and first set. Navratilova. 6 games to 4.
6 set.
6-all.
So, you guys might have a chance.
7-6. Hingis.
Do we have another 3-setter? Answer is yes.
Game and second set. Hingis. 7 games to 6.
Are going to the third
1 set all.
I know. Oops. I did the body. That's
Game,
it.
set, and match. Navratilova. 2 sets to 1. 6-4.
6-7.
7-6.
Martina Navratilova wins. She'll face Billie Jean. Battle of the 70s stars. Yeah, Navratilova did play in the 70s as well with Billie Jean King. Tracy Austin and Monica Seles will go toe-to-toe, so that's an all-American one. 6 Americans, 2 non. Steffi Graf, one of the non-Americans, she'll face Sophia Kenin. So this could be a well-documented story for Kenin if she beats Steffi. And then Venus will face Margaret Smith Court on the other side. Now we switch to the guys, and they're round of 16 shit. But 6 seeds out of 16 are still there. The 1, 3, 5, 7, 10, and 16 seats left. So we do have 2 matchups that have to be simulated by the fact that they are Battle of the Unseeded. Guillermo Filas beating his fellow Spanish guy JC Ferraro in 3 sets and actually giving Argentina a victory over Spain. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. So Filas will be going to the quarterfinals. And who else? It will be Dominic Thiem going and beating Alex Sheriff, Austria, Germany. Always a tough matchup. 6-3 in the third set. So Dominic Thiem Kutcher. And we will now have Kei Nishikori-san for Nihon against the Argentine Gaston Gadio, who's 6-5. Nishikori-san has a title under his belt. He won in Nice week 10, beating Novak, Andy, Connors, Tilden, and Nastasi. So he's got Niju Hutch victory, a Niju knee in the loss column. He got to quarters. He got to the semis in Roma at the big Italian Open, but lost to Roseball. Couple quarterfinals. He's beaten Chilich in the qualifying round to get to face Emerson, and he beat them. So now he's got to face Gadio, who's not that high up. He's 6-5. He did win twice at Hamburg, his first tournament week 13, beating Pancho Segura and Roger Federer. Lost the Rakes. Beat Coric in Roma, losing to Gasquet. Paris, French Open, he beat Masters, losing to Filas. And then lost to Filas again in North London. Wimbledon, he got taken up by Tom Gorman. He's beaten Butch Buchholz and Federer for the second time. 2 of his 6 wins have been by Federer.
Quiet, please. Gaudio
And
to
some say
serve.
Gaudio should be
First
able to get to
game.
the quarterfinals
Play.
somehow in some way. You shall see. In
15, love. 40, 15.
He still has a few chances to win the set. And
Out.
he's got it.
Game and first set. Gaudio. 6 games to 3.
So Gadio is halfway there. Oh, we're halfway
15, love.
there. Oh, Liv, you got a prayer. How to play.
Out.
Out. Hi to the buddy. Hi to the buddy.
Deuce.
Well, Nishikori had set point on his record.
Advantage. Gaudio. Out.
Be careful. There you go.
Game. Gaudio. 5 games all. Second set.
Ooh, he's got a temper on him.
Game, set and match. Gaudio.
Gadio
2 sets
will
to
move on
love.
to the quarterfinals.
6-3. 7-6.
I think this is his first quarterfinal ever, but yeah, Gaudio's in the quarterfinals. Who will he face? He could face Novak. Well, no, the next game is Novak versus Bobby Riggs. It could be Novak who Gaudio will have to beat, and he'll have to take down two-thirds of the big 3. Well, of course, Nadal's out still with the tour thing. Novak's won twice from Riggs, despite the fact he has 49 wins but no titles under his belt. He goes to the semis in Philly, losing to Sampras. Semis in Delray, losing to Pancho, so that's 2. 3 semifinals. Third to Houston, to Federer. 4 semi in Milan to Nadal. And then his 5th semifinal, he finally broke through. He beat JC Ferraro, but lost to Sheriff in the final. 6th semifinal, he beat Filas, losing to Sampras, 6-2. 7th semifinal in Bologna, losing to Rafa. Boston is 8th. Last week, he beat Tilden in the semifinal, but lost to Roseball. Ken Roseball. He beat Tommy Robredo in straight sets. Bobby Riggs is 0-2 against Novak. Lost to him in Vegas week 12 in the round of 16, and lost to him 3 weeks ago in Bristol. Lost to Coric at Wimbledon, which was shocking, and then he beat Fines, lost to Connors. He's beating Fines and Batista Ugu to move on here.
Quiet, please. Riggs to serve. First game.
Bobby Riggs
Play.
beats Novak. Bobby Riggs. Will Bobby win? Well, you could. Sorry. You could say that.
Out.
Well,
Love
after
15.
6 shots, we have to do the hit deep. Hit deep too. And
15, 40.
Tuck and Mac.
30, 40.
Away.
Out.
Riggs.
Deuce.
Riggs had a chance to win the set. He's blown it. 2 chances. Well,
Advantage.
is it
Riggs.
times the charm? Answer is yes.
Game and first set. Riggs.
Riggs would like
7
to
games to 5.
And get one of those guys unlikely to the final. We'll see. You'll see. Approach shot.
Out. 15, love.
No, he didn't get the love, but thankfully, you didn't need to.
Out. 40, 30.
Has another shot. Got it.
Game, set, and match. Riggs.
Big win
2
for
sets to
Bobby
love.
Riggs and Novak.
7, 5.
Can't believe how
6,
good
3.
he's been. 8 semifinals, 2 finals, and he's fucked it up. Bobby will face Gaudio. Someone's going to the semifinals. The 10 seed Pancho Gonzalez beat Vitas 6-4 in the third set. So it's Pancho versus Vilas. There was Vitas and now it's Vilas. So Vilas will face Pancho Gonzalez in the quarterfinals. And now let's go to the 3 seed. Nope, sorry, not yet. The 5 seed Bill Tilden taking on Richard Gasquet, who's 7-10. Bill Tilden has a title under his belt, the first week title. Gasquet 7-10. He beat Sears in Philly, lost to Rafa. In Nice, he beat Roddick, lost to Tilden. 2 wins in Roma, beating Connor Zangadio, great job, but lost to Grosjean, of all people. And then fell in the French Open to Tom Gorman, who he should have beaten. He beat Team in North London, lost to Sampras. Lost to Koric in 4 sets at Wimbledon, which was like, what the fuck? He's beaten Isner and Gorman to get this far. Bill Tilden, first week tournament win over Nasasi, Agassi, McEnroe, Laver, and Sampras. Since then, semis in Nice losing to Nishikori-san, who lost earlier today. The finals in Wimbledon 2 weeks ago, being Roberto, Troybert, Pancho, Isner, and Murray, but lost to Federer in 5 sets. Last week in Boston, he lost to Novak. He's beating Jimmy Kerr.
Quiet, please. Tilden to serve. First game.
Will Big Bill
Play.
Tilden do it? One of the guys from the 1920s. Unfortunately, he would have some problems. I don't want to talk about it.
Game and first set. Tilden. 6 games to 3.
Right. Tilden's going to argue the call.
15, love.
Yeah, you might as well argue the call. Gotta get it in.
Out. 6-3. Tilden.
Tilden does have a couple.
Game, set, and match. Tilden. 2 sets to love. 6-3.
Gasquet gave it all he got.
7-6.
By Big Bill Tilden Kachi. Tilden will now face either Laver or Nastasi, but that matchup will be done later. Second last matchup, Don Budge, the 3 seed against Andre Cochet, who's 15-18. Cochet, one of the legends of French tennis alongside the rest of the Musketeers, like Lacoste. Cochet 15-18. One quarterfinal, and that was in Bologna to Vilas. He's beaten Bob Ryan and Ivan Lendl. If he can beat Budge, he's in his second quarterfinal ever. Donnie Budge, 33 wins, but no titles to his name. He's like, what the fuck? He went to the Quinta, beat Del Potro, Mac, Emerson, and even Rafa to make the finals, but Sampras beat him. Got to the semis in Monte Carlo, losing to Laver. Went to the finals in Las Vegas, going through that 64-person thing like it was nothing, but lost to Rene Lacoste, even though he beat Laver. Semis in Long Island losing to Roger. Semifinals in the French Open losing to Sheriff. Well, he had Moya. He was down 2-1 to Moya and came back to win. Manny Santana for Ken Rosewell. He dodged. And Rod Laver he beat in 4. Semifinals in London losing to Sampras. Terrible loss last week to Roy Emerson. He beat Grosjean to get in.
Quiet, please. Cochet to serve.
Cochet
First game.
Yeah,
Play.
it's basically who's the bigger disappointment, Novak or Budge, for not winning a title. I think it's Novak because at least he makes the finals. That was not on purpose. The numbers on this website, not on purpose. And
Game and first set. Budge.
nice winner down the line.
6 games to 3.
He didn't budge. 6-3. Ice. He becomes hot.
15 love.
He's a good looker, I must say. Did he knock it down?
Game,
Sure.
set, and match.
Cochet gave
Budge.
it everything he's got.
2 sets to love. 6-3. 6-3.
So big win for Budge. He will now face Dominic Thiem. So Budge seems to be the big boy out of the right side of the bracket. He's been to only one final. Now it's the championship. No, sorry, 2. Anyway, Rod Laver, the 1 seed, will face Ilie Nastase, who actually does have a win against him. Laver is got 3 titles to his name. He won in Memphis, being Murray, Lacoste, Agassi, Sampras, and Connors. And then he beat Cochet, Nishikori, Cilic, Borg, and Edberg in Brussels. He lost to Nastase in the semifinals at Nice. And then beat him in the quarters in Germany on his way to the finals. Well, he beat Borg and Lendl to do that. That's his 3rd and last title. French Open, he lost the quarters to Danny Budge. Shocking first round loss to Mats Wilander in Florence. Semis in Bristol, lost to Connors. Semis in Wimbledon after beating Arantes, Henman, Germain, Connors. Well, he had some trouble. No, he didn't have too much trouble, but then Federer beat him in the semis. He got to the quarters last week, beating Ashton Traber, but lost to Novak. He beat Johnston to get this far. Nastase, 21-18. Got to the finals in Nice, beating Federer, Emerson, Lacoste, and Laver. But then Nishikori-san beat him and gave Japan a title. Aha. Quarters. Yeah, he's only been in the quarters. He lost Wimbledon to Jimmy Connors. He ended up losing, and then he was booted for a week. He beat Wickham and Agassi. Who's Radic? I'm Radic.
Quiet, please. Laver to serve. First game. Play.
That was not on purpose.
Cheers.
Nice winner.
Out. Advantage. Laver.
This will be the last match until tomorrow.
Out. Game and
Laver
first
wins the first
set.
set.
Laver. 6 games to 3. Out. 15 love. Game and second set. Nastase. 6 games to 3. 1 set all.
Yeah, I know I can't say that. Why? Unless it was a 5-set match.
Out. 6-4. Laver.
Gotta be careful.
Game,
Nope,
set,
Laver
and
wins.
match.
Nastase gave
Laver.
him everything
2
he could
sets to
handle, but
1.
Laver's calmness
6-3.
was Nastase's
3-6.
reserve.
7-6.
Laver Kachi, so he'll get tilted. That should actually be a good matchup, Laver versus tilted. Pancho Gonzalez will face Guillermo Vilas. Team versus Budge, and Riggs versus Gaudio. I don't know if Gaudio will get into the semifinals or not. He could. I mean, we have 4 Americans, 2 Argentines trying to get revenge for Spain and for the World Cup. And Australia and Austria. That's what I know. Anyway, I'm Jeff Diamond at 2.